Hey everybody. Well, I've been a little dormant. I privatized all the videos again on this channel for about 2 weeks, and then I said, why do I keep going back and forth? But I haven't been doing too much, but I am going to keep it going, so stay tuned. But it's Saturday night, pushing 11 o'clock. What is it, May 17th? Saturday night. Might be Sunday morning by the time I finish. But I just got my Taylor AD22E out, which is a beautiful guitar. It's a short scale length guitar. And I would kind of put it as in competition with my Martin 000 2080C, which is over twice the money. But just for picking one up and playing, I don't know, it's got the expression system 2 in it, which is nice. But I'm just going to talk a little bit. And I'm also going to play some acoustic songs, and I'm going to do a little concert of James Taylor songs. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some more. I might intersperse some comments. I don't know, but I'm going to do some James Taylor songs. We'll see what we come up with. I was a big... When I was a teenager, this would be in the 70s, I was very fortunate to live in a time of great, great music. And acoustic guitar was just great in the 70s. You had some of the all-time great acoustic artists of the early 70s, like James Taylor, like Cat Stevens, Gordon Lightfoot, Jim Croce. I think record companies kind of got away from guys like that, almost like in the 70s, they canceled Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres, Mayberry RFD. They canceled like all those kind of rural America shows, like out of the blue, just all at once, and kind of went to urban shows like Mary Tyler Moore and Bob Newhart. Those are good shows too. I don't watch much TV anymore, but I did watch a lot of those. Odd Couple, I don't know, all those great kind of early 70s shows, but they were all kind of based on canceling all those old rural shows. I sometimes think record companies canceled all those kind of sensitive type singer-songwriters. You still heard some in the late 70s, and you'd hear bands like Firefall. I'm thinking of the late 70s, maybe early 80s, but when MTV came out and things, I don't think you really heard that really nice, and folk acoustic music. And James Taylor was just one of the best. And so I'm going to play a little bit here. And a couple other preliminary comments I might make. One, this is not a vocal performance. I sing plenty. I mean, I used to sing every Friday night. And if you give me a PA, I can sing all these songs. But I'm more of a guitarist, and this channel is focused on the guitar. So I am singing them, but if you don't think I'm a great singer or something, you're welcome to say so. But the point is the guitar playing. I'm also not trying to just tell you these are exactly how he plays them. James Taylor is actually, he's a pretty advanced. I would say James Taylor for acoustic music was advanced level, upper intermediate anyway, depending on how you do it. But but sometimes it's. He's a finger style player, and he moves around so much. He's also one of those artists, sometimes you're not always 100% sure what chord to play with. And his band, he had that band that was always so good, and they kind of sometimes would almost have a little bit of a jazz feel, all kinds of things. But I'm just going to play you how I play them. And a lot of these I learned when I was in high school off the album James Taylor's Greatest Hits, which I bought. I bought James Taylor's Greatest Hits on choir tour. I was in a choir with Wheaton Academy in Wheaton, Illinois, and we went on a choir tour. I was on a couple choir tours with that choir, and this was either one where we went to Washington, D.C., Niagara Falls, or it's one where we went all through the South. I can't remember, but they were both great experiences. But one, we stopped at, a truck stop or something after being in the bus for 7 hours or whatever, and I was like 16. And I bought the cassette version of James Taylor's Greatest Hits, and we put it on in the in the bus, and I just because I had the vinyl. I don't have the vinyl anymore. I don't know what happened to it, but super good greatest hits album. One thing I remember about that though, about that album was the choir. You know, it was a Christian school, and I respected the choir director. I'll say his name. He was a great man, Tom Fulgham. Great man, great influence on my high school years. I don't know if he's still around, but super duper good guy. But they got to that song Steamroller, you know. James Taylor, he'd have all these kind of sensitive songs. You know, you could some of those songs you could play anywhere, you know, for your grandma, you know, your preacher. But yeah, he'd every once in a while he'd have a couple that were raunchy, and there's one on there, Steamroller Blues, and he uses the F-bomb, and so and I hadn't paid all that much attention to it, but the choir director pulled it out of rotation after playing it a time or two. Someone noticed the F-bomb on Steamroller Blues, gave me the cassette back to me. But kind of a high school memory. But I'm just going to play away. So there is a young cowboy who lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companions. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyons, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer, closing his eyes as the doggies retire. He sings out a song which is soft, but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Oh, good night, you moonlight lady, rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors that I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dream? Rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Now the 1st of December was covered with snow. So was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. All the birches seemed dreamlike on the count of that frosting. 10 miles behind me, and 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highways, a song that they sing when they take to the sea, a song that they sing of their home in the sky. Maybe you can't believe it if it helps you to sleep, but singing works just fine for me. Oh, good night, you moonlight ladies, rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dream and rock-a-bye, sweet baby James. Great song. Yep. We're already 10 minutes and I've only played one song. This might be a long video, but I'm going to post it. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's, without talking too much, this is another great one. Isn't James Taylor from, is it North Carolina? I think his father was a doctor at UNC Chapel Hill, or maybe even president of the university. It sounded like he came from kind of a well-educated, respectable family. And, but anyway, this is Carolina in My Mind. Another one off that greatest hits album. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moon shining? Ain't it just like a friend of mine to keep me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. sun, you best walk her away and watch her shining. Watch her watch the morning come. A silver tear appearing now. I'm crying, ain't I? Gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine kicked me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Well, there ain't no doubt I know what's mine. The love to find and sing around, whisper something soft and kind. A silver tear appearing now. I'm dying, ain't I? Gone to Carolina in my mind. With a holy host of others hanging around me, still I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like it goes on like this forever. You must forgive me if I'm up and gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Ain't it just like a friend of mine who kicked me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Well, dark and silent late last night, I think I might have heard the highway calling. Geese in flight, dogs that bite, signs that might be omens say I'm going, going. Gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moon shining? Ain't it just like a friend of mine kick me from behind? Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. I'm gone, going home. Sing that sing about when I'm gone alone. I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. What a great freaking song. There's a sadness in a lot of his songs, and I think you don't always get a sense of it in his music, but I think he was kind of a wild child. His music might have been kind of acoustic, mellow, but I think lifestyle-wise, he could have fit in there right with Keith Richards and some of those guys back then, at least for a while. But super great song. Well, let me do a couple more. Let's see here. And I didn't practice these. If I make a mistake or something, I'm just going to keep going. Guess we have to do this one, don't we? Speaking of sad songs, sad but strong, and with resolution, we go on. Let's see. Now, that's another one I've seen people play a bunch of different ways. This is how I've played it since high school. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Susie and the friends they made woke out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought could never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. But I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around. But I'd see you, fire and the rain. Oh, won't you look down upon me, Jesus? Well, I've been walking my mind through an easy time now. My back turns toward the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line, talking about things to come. Sweet dreams and fine machines and pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby. Pretty sure that chord's wrong. I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. One more time again. All right, what a great song. You know what a memory I have of Fire and Rain is, this just shows you how old I am, but I imagine it wasn't that long ago. Maybe some of you remember this. When I was about 13 or 14, I would make cassettes off the radio. I mean, just like with like a $50 cassette player, I'd hold the microphone up and I'd wait for, and especially if I thought they were going to play certain songs. But of course, back then, if you didn't have, if you could get your parents to take you to the store or something, maybe you could buy it, but that costs money. And a lot of these songs, they weren't necessarily songs that you'd buy. There might be one song you liked or something. But when they came on the radio, that was always. Today, you've got music at the touch of your fingertips. I'm not even sure it's better in a way. We don't appreciate it, but you'd listen and listen. And I remember I caught. I had a cassette tape that was recorded off WRAF in Detroit, Michigan. And I was about 13 or 14, and I just recorded it like this. But it had, what did it have on it? Stevie Wonder, if you really love me, won't you tell me? And I won't have to be hanging around. And it had Fire and Rain on it. So I literally just held. I'm sure it was horrible recording, but I actually would, I would listen to that. It was kind of like my comp tape or something, compilation. Great. This is another one. And this is You Got a Friend, of course. This was by Carole King. And he did Mocking. Well, who did he did Mockingbird? That was that Carly Simon or Carole King? If that mockingbird don't sing, I'm gonna buy you a diamond. But he was married to Carly Simon, but I think he sang some with Carole King too. But this is a super good Carole King song. And I mentioned the high school I went to a couple years, Wheaton Academy in Wheaton, Illinois, which is a great school. I wish I'd appreciated it more when I was there. But I remember a yearbook had the lyrics to this printed in the front, kind of on one of the facsimile pages in the beginning, at least a verse of "You've Got a Friend" by James Taylor, Carole King, and it just reminds me how that all that acoustic music was so popular back then. You know, that was a good college prep school too. So, I mean, it was all the music was so good then. Sometimes, you know what? I work with young people, so I kind of feel like I know what I'm talking about. I live among them, so to speak. And at least some of them, they don't like acoustic guitar. I've even heard some of them say, "Well, isn't that kind of like John Denver?" And that's automatically a negative. If they see an acoustic guitar, it's like a negative. And you know, and I think that kind of goes back to that John Denver image. I love John Denver. I'll do a John Denver concert one of these days. But boy, in the '70s, I remember the guitar was king. You know, there would be like in the schools I went to back then, there were always a bunch of great guitar players. You know, at high school level. You know, and you know, that was kind of, I guess, more mainstream, and there was a lot of excellence. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll shut up. Helping hand, and nothing is going right. I'm going to start that again, everybody. If you're down in trouble and you need a helping hand, soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. All you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should call my name out loud. I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my Okay, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend, you got a friend, and it's good to know you got a friend, you got a friend. Something like that. I haven't played that. You know what? That is literally the first time I played that in at least 10 years. I maybe did it once on this channel, actually, or two, but I used to play it quite a bit. In most of the duos, I've been in a couple pretty good acoustic duos, and we always did that song. A couple of these we always did. Caroline on My Mind and Sweet Baby James, too. Some of them harder to do than others. I would say that one's a little harder to do just because you just have to make sure there are a couple little chords. I think you see what I'm saying. Sometimes if you're playing along, you might hit a chord that is not exactly the right one if you're not careful. But let's see what else we got here. Now let me just say a little bit about this. This is Walking Man. And I got all these more or less out of the piano vocal guitar book, which I also no longer have. But you know, I used to have quite. You've seen me talk on this channel. I learned a fair amount from those piano vocal guitar books, which I don't see them around much anymore. But it used to be de rigueur, you know. I mean, like if you know, good artists, they would have their music in piano vocal guitar, and. I don't know. I even think you could get like Led Zeppelin and stuff in piano vocal guitar, but because I know there was a piano vocal guitar version of Stairway to Heaven, which didn't really translate too well, as I recall. But I got a lot of these out of piano vocal guitar, and there are some differences because the way I learned it out of that piano vocal guitar was for Walking Man was to play it like this, and. I don't even know what those chords are, like E ninths or and that. Kind of jazzy. And I see people play it on YouTube and they all play it different. And I think maybe even James Taylor plays it different. I've noticed that a couple times, those piano vocal guitars, and sometimes they would be very musical and it would kind of sound right. And then maybe there'd be a passage that in some ways... I don't know, when I see it, I like playing it this way, but I don't see other people play it this way. But that's what that piano vocal guitar book taught me, like back in 10th grade or something. See, everybody, learn guitar when you're 12 or 13, and you can still be playing it when you're 65-year-old man like I am, pushing 65. It's kind of hard to get clean. Moving in silent desperation, keeping his eye on the Holy Land, a hypothetical destination. Say, who is this walking man? Well, the leaves have come to turn, and the goose has gone to fly, and bridges are for burning, so don't you let that yearning pass you by. Walking man, walk on by my door. Any other man stops him. Let's see. Any other man stops him. I'm going to start that again. Moving in silent desperation, keeping his eye on the Holy Land. Hypothetical destination. Say, who is this walking man? come rambling around, stumbling around, drunk down on the farm. Walking man, walk on by my door. Any other man stops and talks, but the walking man walks. And if anybody's got seed soul, it ain't always easy for a weed to grow. No, so he don't hold the road with no one. So I'm gonna start this again. Moving in silent desperation, keeping his eye on the Holy Land, a hypothetical destination. Say, who is this walking man? Well, the leaves have come to turn, and the goose has gone to fly, and bridges are for burning. So don't you let that yearning pass you by. The walking man, walk on by my door. Most any man stops and talks, but the walking man walks. When the frost is on the pumpkin and the hay is in the barn, Pappy's come a rambling on, stumbling around, jump down on the farm. Walking man, walk on by my door. Any other man stops and talks, but the walking man walks. Most everybody's got seed soul. It ain't always easy for a weed to grow. No, so he don't hold the road with no one. So something's always missing and something's never quite right. But who would want to listen to you kissing your existence goodnight? Walk on by my door. Any other man stops and talks, but not the walking man. The walking man, not the walking man. All right. 35 minutes. Well, we may be getting into some experimental territory now. I need to play more often. You know, I don't. I like. I'm gonna keep doing this channel. I go back and forth about it, but you know, one of the things that I like about it is it keeps me playing, and I'm gonna play more. I don't know. Sometimes I notice the videos. The more I play, the less people watch the videos. But that's not always true. But I'm gonna play more. I mean, it's a good way to keep your music up as you go through life. You know, and so, and you know what? That's a good thing to remember. Like like I did some Gordon Lightfoot songs, or you know, so even some of my own songs or something. And if they get 300 or 400 views so far, you know, that might not seem that much, but if you think about it, if you're playing for 300 or 400 people, that's a pretty big audience. You know, at least in my neck of the woods. I've actually played for some pretty large audiences. but I've certainly played for plenty of audiences were way less than 300 or 400. So if you're playing something and hundreds of people watch it, or maybe even in the thousands, that's good, right? So, but here we go into some experimental territory. Let's see what we can come up with. And again, like that last one, that's another one where that would not be one I would choose to sing in terms of highlighting my voice. And it's also one, the guitar part's great, but it kind of it sounds kind of naked without a band, and I would say that's true of these next couple. But I'll try them anyway. You can correct me if I'm doing them wrong. Let's see what we got here. Wait out here, you need a reason to move. Wait out here, you. Wait out here. A postcard, times are hard. Oh, Mexico, it sounds so sweet with the sun sinking low. The sun's so hot, I forgot to go home. I guess I'll have to go baby's hungry and the money's all gone. Folks back home don't wanna talk on the phone. Oh, Mexico, it sounds so sweet with the sun sinking low. The sun's so hot, I forgot to go home. I guess I'll have to go now. Talking pretty sure that that's another one where there are a couple chords in there. I'm pretty sure that piano vocal guitar book had a D right in there where it goes up. Baby's hungry and the money's all gone. The folks back home, which sounds right to me, but I noticed everyone else plays it with the G. Baby's hungry. Were you coming off that great acoustic guitar intro? Way down here, you need a reason. See, it starts with, I think it's a D. I'm pretty sure, but I noticed that on the internet, everybody plays a G there, but I like a D. That's another one that it sounds better with 2 or 3 people. I shy away from that on those occasions when I play by myself. Now, Sweet Baby James or You Got a Friend, those are ones I'd play by myself, but a couple of these I'd be less inclined to play by myself. And Mexico, and I think Walking Man too. Those aren't ones I play by themselves, but those are roughly how I play the guitar parts. I think I kind of stumbled a little through that Mexico. Let's see. Well, I've got another one or two here. Let's try a. You can play the game and you can act out the part, but you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed to play the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. I'm just kind of messing with this one. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is why they know. Tell me what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Won't you tell somebody the way that you feel? You can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel always getting the grease. Never to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Something like that. What else we got here? We got a couple more minutes. Let it rain, let it pour, baby, let that rain roll through my door, 'cause I got those deep river blues. Let my old boat go straight on down, just let it wash away and drown, 'cause I got those deep river blues. My old boat, she's a good old gal, but she just sings like a waterfall, and I got those deep river blues. So if my old boat goes out to sea, just let it wash away with me, 'cause I got those deep river blues. It's a hard bugger to get just right. Take me back to Muscle Shoals, all things are better there, I'm told.